Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. Thank y'all so much for coming over. We're here on the Pearl Fountain channel. Uh, every shot Kendrick took at Drake at the Pop Out concert explained, aka they're calling it Drake's funeral. I'll leave the link to this channel in the description so you guys can check out more, man. Uh, you know, the fact that he played that, what was it, 5 times? The Not Like Us? And literally the crowd was just singing it word for word. They say LA and Compton showed up and showed out. You know, you seen all the people on stage and everything. It was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But yeah, man. In my head, I was just wondering, like, how many people were Drake fans before Kendrick dissed him, and how many people still are. You know, that's what I'm wondering in my head. Like, are y'all done with Drake? Or y'all just riding the Kendrick wave? That's my question. So we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
In 2011, the West Coast came together to pass the torch to Kendrick. And 13 years later, Kendrick brought it full circle and brought out every West Coast legend to dance on Drake's grave and cement him as the king of the coast. Even getting...
You know, the person I didn't see was The Game. So I was wondering, where The Game was at? Because I know they pretty tight. Unless he was there and it...
Dr. Dre to kick off his first of many performances of Not Like Us.
I spit people.
This line just didn't really age so well. The point of this was to show how much culture and heritage Kendrick comes from, and the legacy that he's continuing.
Oh,
and nothing proves that he's the king of the West Coast more than his ability.
I'm trying to catch everything in this video. He did give me love in the city that you from. And he just...
Didn't really age so well. The point of this was to show how much culture and heritage Kendrick comes from, and the legacy.
That right there had him drip. Damn, Pac with the feelers on, man. Hey, he embodied the spirit. I'm telling you, man, this boy is well connected with the culture
that he's continuing. And nothing proves that he's the king of the West Coast more than his ability to bring every West Coast artist, from Tyler to Steve Lacy to YG to Roddy Ricch to all the original members of Black Hippie, to a single show at the Forum, including West Coast basketball stars like LeBron, Russ, DeMar DeRozan. And DeMar was on Toronto's Raptors, Drake's hometown team, but came home to Cali, as Kendrick said on Not Like Us. It's to show how him being the king of the West Coast means a lot more in hip-hop and in hip-hop culture than Drake being the god of the Six. And it was a show that was really a history lesson about LA from the very beginning, a way to unite the city, to heal it from the tragedies of losing Kobe, Nipsey, and many others.
We done lost a lot of homies to this music shit, a lot of homies to some street shit. Unity from east side of motherfucking LA, Crips, Bloods, Power Rules, this shit is special, man.
Shining hope on the West Coast future with inspiration from its past, using moments like news samples before Tommy the Clown's performance.
Tommy the Clown.
This looks at how the city of Los Angeles
a legend
is taking
for sure.
a different approach to gangs and the hot summer season.
Samples that talk about his influence in LA through dance. Responsible for inventing crumping, he had a huge impact on lowering crime and violence and being an inspiration and hope for the youth. Like he said, it was about healing and bringing everyone together a lot more than it was about any back and forth disses, but Drake happened to be the common enemy that let that unity happen.
I was just thinking about something. I wonder how Tommy the Clown feel about that that Netflix special, Dancing for the Devil, where everybody's doing, you know, those TikTok dancers. Because I know Tight Eyes is in that cult. I know he dances with them too. So I'm wondering how Tommy the Clown, I wanted to see if there's a video on that, man. But it was a lot of legends, a lot of people who attended this, the Pop Out, like that. He brilliant with the name, brilliant with that.
Kendrick basically filmed a whole music video for the song right on stage, full of the legends who performed and popped out to the show. Like, if he uses this for the music video after this, I would not be surprised. Turning the Drake beef into such a special moment for the coast was a great way to put a bow on the whole feud and turn it into something positive. But tonight was still a show full of subtle and direct disses towards Drake's attempts at colonizing West Coast and American rap culture. First off, he did the show on Juneteenth, after calling out Drake for rapping about Kendrick trying to free the slaves through his music.
Homie still double down, calling us on.
This photo of everyone on stage was put under a black and white filter and projected, and Kendrick made a point out of stopping to take the picture, making me think in a way he's calling back to the To Pimp a Butterfly album cover, which had this dead white guy at the bottom, kind of saying that this is Drake and this is the West Coast right now. During his performance, he called out Drake for using AI Snoop and Pac on tailor-made freestyle, saying,
Oh, so y'all ain't gonna let nobody disrespect the West Coast, huh? Oh, y'all ain't gonna let nobody mock and imitate our legends, huh?
He also changed a line in Euphoria to say,
Give me Tupac, read back, and I might give you a little respect.
referencing the Pac ring that he showed off in the Family Matters music video. He played all the disses except for Meet the Grams, which was sad because I wanted to see how LeBron would react to Hey LeBron, Keep the Family Away, and the second half of 616 in LA, which was sad because I wanted to see how Ak would react to I Could See the Vibes on Ak, even he looking compromised. Kendrick also used the set list to rework songs from Damn, specifically DNA and Element, as Drake disses, playing them right after opening with Euphoria and emphasizing the parts that could be directed at Drake. But the disses came way before Kendrick even came on. Right before Mustard's set, we got James Brown's song, The Payback, the song Kendrick samples on King Kunta, which he performed later in the night, notably sampling the line,
I can dig rapping,
which Kendrick follows with one of his first Drake disses ever.
but a rapper with a, what the fuck?
Then we got the intro to Mustard's set,
One of my favorites.
They try to replicate the slang and act like it came from their brain.
directly referencing Drake, something Mustard backed up in his set by playing Juvenile's 1998 classic Back That Ass Up, which Drake sampled on his song Practice.
1,000 on your bag, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm a big time nigga, yeah, money.
The intro to Mustard's set also included the first reference to the beef.
Dude, every time they show a clip of Drake in this video, it just makes him look super corny and super cringe. Like I said, I've never ever been a fan of Drake. And I always tell people when I say a fan of someone, it's like I'm not typing in Drake's name, searching for his music. It may come on the radio, but I ain't searching for it. You know, again, I'm about to be 44 years old. I'm more old school hip hop anyway. Because a lot of this stuff, they don't really talk about nothing. But look, Kendrick would thrive in any era. He's one of those type of artists, man. He will thrive in any era. You can tell he really has a true love and passion for the art and the craft.
The real takeaway from the Drake and Kendrick beef is that it's time for a DJ Mustard renaissance.
Sampling this TikTok where this girl said what needed to happen after the beef was a renaissance of DJ Mustard. In other words, a renaissance of West Coast sound and West Coast hits.
When every song on the radio was on a Mustard beat, we were a proper country. It was happier times, the closest we have ever been to true unity.
She made a pretty good analysis there because I feel like this show is going to be the reason that West Coast hits are going to be back on the radio for years to come, with Not Like Us hitting 2 million units sold tonight. During Mustard's set, he brought out YG, even though Drake name dropped him as being one of his ties to the streets on Family Matters.
You know who really bang except my nigga YG.
Drake was listing off The Game, Chris Brown, YG as his connects in LA that would keep him safe, and YG coming out in the show and then coming back out for Not Like Us shows that if that was ever true, it's just not anymore. I think it's also interesting that he brought Tyler out, when, if you remember, Tyler brought Drake out in an LA festival, and Drake got booed for half the set. The show was...
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's so many people like... I didn't know all that stuff about Drake with the young girls and stuff. I didn't know. And people was like, it's so much stuff out there. And I'm like, okay, so if you're a fan of Drake or you work with Drake, I'm pretty sure you know this too. So that's where I was confused at. Like, how are these people... That's why I said about how many people were Drake fans before Kendrick dissed them and how many people still are. Because I feel like there's a lot of people still playing Drake music, no matter what Kendrick said. So that's where I'm confused.
also partly produced by Dave Free, showing that despite the rumors that Drake tried to spread in Family Matters, Kendrick still stands by his childhood friend. And let's be honest, if Drake tried to do a show like this in the 6, he'd have to bring out Toronto all-stars like Smiley, Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, the dude from Wagwan Delilah, he could bring out Nav, and The Weeknd if he wasn't also beefing with him. I really want to see him try and sell tickets to some shit like that. Let me know what I missed down below, and as always, subscribe for quick, straightforward analysis of music, videos, and concerts from your favorite artists.
Yeah, man. It's pretty wild when you think about it, man. I don't know. I don't know what Drake's next move is. But I feel like if you're a true Kendrick fan and you don't like Drake, that I feel like I don't know. I feel like if the industry wants Drake to succeed, he's going to succeed. So I don't know what you guys think. Like, do you really think it's over for Drake? Because like I said, they're calling this the funeral. All right, peace out.